Great. As I was hearing Jane speak, it's amazing because a lot of what she said dovetails very perfectly with synagogues, which is I think we need to radically redefine in particular the role of a synagogue and the role of a rabbi within a synagogue. That the traditional model of a rabbi in a synagogue is probably already outdated. It certainly will be outdated within a very, very short time. One way that we can reimagine synagogues is I think it's a niche. It has a niche audience that's very passionate. I mean, that's certainly one way to reimagine a synagogue, a really identical language. But I don't think we have to go there. I don't think that's necessarily bad. I think there's value in having a niche audience, but I think we need to invest much, much more in the people. We invest so much in the programs, and programs are important, and we invest so much in the buildings as well. And buildings are important, but we often invest in the programs and the buildings first. But it's much more important to invest in the people. And in 2 minutes, I'll just try to hit a couple of highlights. I was trying to think of something new and novel to share with you that'll really just impress everyone. But it's the same kind of buzzwords that are already being cliche, that are cliche and passé, but they're true. One is relationships, and the other is empowerment, right? My job should not be sitting in my office because the people who are going to come to visit me are the people who are on the board who signed me to my job because they're already comfortable in the shul. So my job shouldn't be in my office, right? And people talk about rabbi's presence being in the building, but already here we're going to, you know, the old JCSC model, right? There's nothing new here, but the more I'm outside of the building, the more relationships I build. And those are the powerful relationships. Of all the life cycle events, death and Shiva are the most powerful relationships. And there are many, many reasons, and one of them is because I'm in their world. I'm in their home the entire time. They don't come into my world to celebrate the bar bat mitzvah, I'm in their world. Or the time when I go to the local country club and we have lunch with a dozen, it's been all women so far, a dozen women for lunch, and we talk about Israel, I would never know their names. And now they call me all the time about these random questions, the questions that they have no need to call me about, but they call me about because they have a relationship with me. It's just literally leaving the world. Or the couple of times that I meet with the bar bat mitzvah family in the family's home rather than inviting me to the shul. I can do no wrong in their eyes for the rest of my career, no matter what I do, because I've invested in the relationship as a person.
Not completely true.
Okay, I'll test that theory. I still have a couple years left in this contract, but and the other part is empowerment. Again, a word that we know of quite well. But there's no need for me to be spending all of my time doing things that our community is either able to do or can quickly be trained to do. And one example is we recently started a service of renewal, and the rabbi's role was really to support it, to help get it started, to give a kavanah a couple of times, and literally I'm nothing more than a page caller anymore. And now they're trying to cut page calling out. And that's good, right? Because the less time, not that this is unimportant, the service of renewal might be one of the most indispensable things that we do. But the less that I'm doing that, the more our community is doing that, we're investing in the people, and then it allows me to turn to another demographic and start investing in them. So instead of keeping me doing this thing, I have my tikkun in that because I have to read Torah. We have a lot of brilliant congregations. I love reading Torah, don't get me wrong. But I don't need to spend all of my time learning a kriya, right? Once in a while, I'll be on the rotation. Right? So, in 3 minutes, I'm guessing that was. So. Sorry to rush.